We started Act 2 when an elderly friend became the victim of broker fraud. He shared with me how he instructed his broker to invest in index mutual funds. Instead, the broker bought money-losing stocks, a $150,000 loss leading to a lawsuit. This story and our personal experience dealing with family motivated us to build an app that would make a difference to seniors and their families. People want to think retirement's a downhill walk in a meadow of flowers collecting a pension check. The reality is it's walking a trail, frequently in the fog, full of unseen challenges. We all have our story of elder fraud, but elder fraud is emblematic of a larger issue. Decisions and actions in retirement become more challenging as you age. The issue is not just fraud, but includes big decisions like deciding when to take Social Security, which Medicare plan to enroll in, or how do you accumulate 40 years of savings, or just remembering to pay the bills. The decisions become both more important and challenging given increasing longevity. Families are separated by distance and frequently cannot help. In retirement, one financial misstep will create a financial hole you'll never be able to climb out of. You're retired and not wanting or able to go back to work. Act 2's radar helps you navigate this path. The Act 2 solution starts with consolidated data and using that data to improve behavior, combat inertia, and provide holistic monitoring and advice. Everyone has dozens of apps for finance and health on their phones. Within those apps, we use a few features daily, most intermittently. Act 2 consolidates data from all the apps and monitors this data holistically, sending alerts and nudges in near real time. We interviewed dozens of caregivers and wealth managers, posted on the AARP Caregiver Facebook page. The overwhelming response is Act 2 will help solve the issue. Our holistic approach separates the signal from the noise. The monthly alert you get from the Bank of America for moving money from your Vanguard retirement account to checking becomes noise after a few months. Real value is knowing that it should have occurred but didn't. Here's some sample alerts on how we add value by consolidated data, informing you of pending late fees on a bill or an unusual wire, or how your portfolio risk changed when your advisor executed some trades. Not only does this alert keep the senior informed, it increases engagement for advisors. And we add value by suggesting ways to reduce fees within your investment portfolio. A unique feature of Act 2 is the privacy dial. We encourage the senior to share the alerts with family and advisors. The senior controls how much information is shared, and they can change that information at any time. As the senior ages and needs more help, they can turn up the amount of information being shared. Sharing the alerts does not give the observer the ability to transact in accounts. They can just see the alerts. They're an observer. The sharing feature can also be used by family members to monitor the caregiver in charge of finances. Sadly, half of elder fraud is perpetrated by family members. Adding and changing an observer is simple, and you don't need a power of attorney to do it, making Act 2 that much simpler to use. We plan to distribute Act 2 on a B2B to C model through trusted financial intermediaries like credit unions, community banks, estate attorneys. Our value proposition dovetails with the mission and needs of these firms that we'll be distributing through. Our market size is large. There are 54 million seniors, half of whom have online banking. To define life stage by age, we see the group of 70-year-olds as wanting help managing data, but want their independence. The second set in their 80s have help, and Act 2 will be used to monitor the caregiver and likely set up by the caregiver or the family. The convergence of lower technology costs and the growing size of the senior market make this a great time to launch this product. The large financial services firms provide some alerts, but nothing consistent. No alerts that you can copy family on, and no one monitors what your broker's doing. Advice for seniors is mixed with general advice and not always on targets. Seniors don't usually need an IRA or to set up a 529 for their kids. Maybe a 529 for their grandkids would be more appropriate. Feedback's been great and motivating as we've demoed this prototype to credit unions, estate planning attorneys, caregivers, and community banks. Credit unions and banks will likely offer Act 2 as a white label product inside their firewall so they can have single sign-on. We expect to achieve break even at 30,000 users with 40% margins. We know that integrating with financial institutions presents unique challenges. We model for that. And note that bank and credit union record keeping is dominated by 3 major vendors. Other fintechs are working to make that simpler. We've currently built out a working prototype, interviewed dozens of B2B partners. We've got a beta release scheduled for this summer. Upon the beta release, we'll be looking for seed funding. If you're an investment advisor, credit union, or bank, we'd love to meet with you. With Act2 success will come better retirement for seniors and less stress for their families. Thank you for your time.